Okay, so we did tell you that we will talk about the Ghana Music Awards, which went down last Saturday. Lots of talking points. We gave highlights. But let me just say good morning to Fancy Gadam. Hopefully nobody's chasing him into the studio. Otherwise, Charlie, we have to call for backup. Congratulations to you.
Thank you so
and
much.
Good morning.
Good morning.
You good?
I'm good.
Yeah, you obviously be good.
Yeah.
Former colleague, my good friend Sally Frimpong is also here. What up?
I did.
Yeah, cool. All right, so Fancy, you got the most popular song of the year.
Yeah.
And that has been, there are so many things coming out of it, but let me just start off with Sally. We'll come to that controversy. I don't know if it's a controversy. Sally, is it a controversy yet?
Yes, it is. You know, because a lot of people were expecting Patapa. I, for one, was expecting him to win because of the way that, you know, the song was able to cross boundaries. But when you talk of votes, it's like 4 regions against the 6th region. Because this guy has all the 3 northern regions behind him. And they know they sell out, these people. And then when you come to other parts of the country, the other regions, we have Zongos in it. They don't sell their people out. So when it came down to being it totally for the public, I'm like, no, then we are dead. And afterwards, I went to inquire what were the numbers, and I was told that he had 88,000 votes.
Oh wow, that's
versus
huge.
the second person who had 10,800 votes.
Oh,
so there's no way that anybody would have come close.
All right, so join us with your comments. And I know that anytime you come on the show, Fancy Gadam, the first time that you came, loads of people sent messages from your base. So I'm expecting more WhatsApp messages and regular text messages. But how do you think this year's the 19th edition of the Ghana Music Awards? How do you think it went?
Yeah, I think it's great. But myself and my team were expecting to get best collaboration.
Oh, cool.
You understand? Because looking at the collaboration, it was between South and the North. And because Sarkodie was in the South, and Fancy Gadam, everybody knows that I'm from the North. And the song was all over. So I was expecting that the song should have been, you know, part of the nomination.
Okay.
That was the only place that Fancy Gadam got a little bit disappointed.
Okay.
You understand? But at the end of the day, you know, say who would they win? So that's why we win.
And your performance as well. I think there are great reviews coming from your performance. That it was very energetic. I think that you don't disappoint on that front. Yeah.
So if you know, say if people they follow somebody, maybe say they follow. There's something behind the person. You understand? And Fancy Gadam, I started being a dancer when I was little. So the energy level be
too high.
Yeah, I get 2 things at time. Not only being a musician, I get dancing skills too. So between one.
Nice.
Yeah.
Basali, how do you think overall this year's music awards in terms of content, in terms of what we saw, those of us who watched on TV, and those of you who watched in the auditorium, how do you think it went?
I think, but for his thing with Patapa, I think it would have gone into history as one of the best VGMAs with less controversies. You understand? Because a lot of people, whoever wins, when they mention that such and such person has won, you don't get a lot of people doing, boos or anything. You know that, me, if somebody wins and you look at it critically, you realize that the person deserves to win. So this year, I think it was okay for me in terms of, patronage, in terms of performances. There were a few people that disappointed us on the night, with their performances. But like you said, Fancy was on point. The first time that I chanced on him was with, I think, Music Honors, organized by Musica. And then he came to perform. Like, oh, this guy is so refreshing to watch, even though he wasn't like really known like that in Accra. So I think he did great, and then he won just with the votes. I'm for him. I like him a lot. I do.
But you still think that, in terms of Song of the Year?
That's what I'm saying. That
but for votes.
Yes, but for vote, you can't really you know.
Let me just say, my colleague Ivy has also joined us, host of the Red Carpet. Gomo, Ivy, you were there?
Yeah, I was there.
Okay, you were there last year as well?
I was there last year.
Okay,
I was there this year.
So let's talk about what do you think about this year's?
This year, I think the content was great. One thing I love about this year is the event organizers did not wait for the crowd.
It started
exactly on time. When it started with a half room, half auditorium. But with time, the place got filled up and people were even standing. That is one thing I would recommend Charterhouse for. They listen this time around. They don't wait for the crowd because they will normally go beyond the normal time for the red carpet and wait for the crowd. This time they didn't. Content-wise, it was great. I think it was great, but there was something missing about the show. I don't know. I spoke with George, and
George
Quay, who is a producer of the show. I think the buzz around the VGMA this year was down because there weren't a lot of controversy.
Yeah, we talked about that on Thursday.
Yes,
was it a lack of controversy, or was just simply because maybe they were not doing a lot of activations for people to?
There were a lot of activations because the week before that, I mean, within that week there were a lot of things they did. I think it's a controversy. Controversy is what will make people give it attention. Controversy is what will make people pay attention to. Controversy is what will drive the crowd there to go and say, okay, let's go and see. Is it really going to happen?
Yeah.
Now,
but it was a filled auditorium anyways.
Yes.
So whether controversy or not.
Yes, they still filled the auditorium. They still sold tickets. As at Friday, tickets had been sold out.
Okay.
When I spoke with George Quay on online, ticket had been sold out. And you could see at the venue that people had bought the ticket in numbers. They were hoarding it and they were selling it at the gate.
Oh.
Yes, that's what was happening. Now let's come to the event itself and Fancy Gadam winning Popular Song of the Year. I mean, let's take a look at what he has done in Northern Region. One man filling the whole of the stadium.
Yeah.
Boxing arena here, he did the same. He had a show here at National Theatre. A show he did not promote on on traditional media. I think the only place that he was granted the interview was on my show. He filled the National Theatre and the crowd outside was more than the crowd inside.
Wow.
So yes, Patapa's video has gone viral. If we're talking about just a popular and not by vote, Patapa should win. But he continues to say he has the most loyal fans, and I think it's true. Because Shatawale was also in there. Shatawale has fans across. If I stand to be corrected, but I think Shatawale has the biggest cult in Ghana. But it is proven that he has the most loyal fans.
Wow.
Because Shatawale was in there. Taking Over was a great hit.
Yeah.
It was a great hit. But he won hands down. My information I've gotten is the second person that followed him through the vote, the difference was 70,000. He had 88,000, and the second person had 10,800. So a difference of 70,000 votes. So it speaks for itself.
Yeah.
He expressed his disappointment in the category that he wished he was in because he thought it was
the best collaboration.
Yeah.
Because he thought it was a combination or bringing the North and South together. He being king of the North, Sarkodie king of the South, which I thought it made
massive
a
collaboration.
lot of sense.
Yeah.
I agree with that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. But Fancy, so I said I was going to take your view on that, on this whole controversy. Do you think it's taken away from the shine, though, that you won the most popular song of the year?
No, not at all. I think they are talking about Fancy Gadam, and it's good. You understand? And the only thing I know is say any other artist way me the 9-day competition is I know see my fan base, they are too loyal. And they go vote. You get the thing? So you go they feel so you big. Where I can't win over you understand?
What is yours called? Because we know the BIM Nation, there's the SAC
so
Nation.
It's Gadam Nation.
Gadam Nation.
Which I'm a part of.
Sally has endorsed me.
No. We are part of. We not join them all.
I think the whole Muslim community put him anywhere where there's a Zongo, they will go for him.
Yeah.
Because
what is it? Sorry. Yeah, what is it about you? I mean, what do you think about the vibe around you, Fancy Gadam? What difference is that making within that community where the fans are so loyal to you? Okay,
so the thing we say, I'll be simple, I'll be very humble, and the fan base, I always relate to them. I'm very close to them. I don't take myself high. I say me and them will be the same. You understand? And the second thing we say, we hard work. Always we they put in good works. And like if you understand the content I always bring in my song, you will respect Fancy Gadam because I always proven that Charlie, I would think beyond the fan base.
Yeah.
You understand? So that's the reason why people really love me. And big up to the fan base in the northern region.
You were Artist of the Year last year.
No,
New Artist of the Year.
New artist.
And then now you're Popular Song of the Year. I wonder what the 20th one would bring.
Yeah, see, last year was 1, this year is 2. So next year will be 4. Double.
Mama,
Yes,
no, I want to add to what he said. You know, it's the battle of the North and the South. And I think this is the first time that one of their own has really penetrated into our music industry like that. Because you mentioned the Sheriff Agunus, you know, mentioned the...
But there's also the Saminis.
No,
listen. Samini is the South now.
Okay, because he's based...
Exactly. So they see that finally we've gotten a chance and there's no way that we are letting this guy down. So that's why.
This year,
yeah.
This year the VGMAs, I think 2 statements have been made. The fact that Ebony and the 1 year a woman has been able to
beat all these guys.
I mean, it shows that when you're a woman and you come into the showbiz industry and you understand it, you should go all out.
Let me ask you a very controversial one. Do you think she would have been Artist of the Year if she was alive?
Hands down. She would have even broken the numbers.
I'm telling you.
Yeah.
This is not because she's dead. She deserved it. She worked under the year of review. Rather, the convo was, okay, so Artist of the Year is the ambassador for musicians in Ghana. Are we right giving it, or should it go to someone who's dead? But under the year of review, has she worked? Yes, she has worked. Has she had her own shows? Has she been on every show? Has she been on the most important shows? Has she gotten herself that crowd? Has she built herself the fan base? Yes, she deserves it.
Yeah.
And I think also...
Also, Fancy Gadam has also proven that you don't necessarily have to be in Accra to win any award. Like that convo has always been. It's an Accra-based award. Please, if you go all out, if you put in good work, if you're able to build a fan base for yourself, this practically goes to show that, yes, he's been able to build his fan base. He's been able to amass all the cult behind him, and they are loyal. They will vote. Patapa's song, viral. It's still, even in Nigeria, it's still enjoying airplay in Nigeria. Yeah. But did they vote?
Sally, you're just going to say something.
What I wanted to add to what he said about Ebony is that, you know, for the first time, a woman was able to render all these men, this gangan from all these big men in this industry. You know, he made them go quiet for a minute. December, there was no show. I went to almost all the shows because December is naturally my month of relaxing, and I went to all the shows. And from what I saw, sometimes she comes on stage even tired. You can feel that she's tired from doing a lot of activities. So I think whether dead or alive, Ebony, but she being dead, right, also gave the platform or the opportunity for other people to win. Other than that,
she would have
if she had been around, Mama V,
all the categories,
she would have caused the most interesting havoc in this industry. Yeah. So I think she did. I was rooting for him. A lot of people were saying Shatta Wale, this, that. I'm like, you know what? For the first time, Shatta was made quiet because Ebony surfaced. So she deserved it.
Cool. Let's look at MCs.
Yeah.
We didn't hear too. John DeMello was a surprise. Was he? Was he not?
He was announced.
They were all announced. They were all announced. We knew the two of them were going to be. They did a good job, but I think there was the excitement this year's MC. Honestly, the show, there was something missing from the show. And not to say they didn't deliver.
Yeah.
They delivered. But you see, MCs come with lots of excitement and other things. Those other attributes they didn't have. The excitement, the way you can connect easily and effectively with the crowd, the response. You don't necessarily have to come and dance to create the excitement. You don't have to crack a joke.
It should be effortless.
That is the thing. It should flow. It should be smooth. They did a good job, but I think they could have done better. They could have added on to the excitement.
Yeah.
I also share the same sentiment. Last year, I also felt there was a disconnect, even though a lot of people rooted for Anita Eskin, that she's the boss lady. There was disconnect. I think anybody who comes on stage to MC should have some level of connection with the audience. And with John was trying. I didn't really like Bella Mundi because I felt she was being too careful.
Okay.
You know, it's like, let me see.
But that was also her first. So
yes, but she's done this, you know, red carpet thing for the longest.
Charlie, it's different when you're on.
There are two different things.
Yes, I get it. So I also got what he's saying. And the disconnect between us and the performances and the overview of the show is the live band.
I think
it's the live band, because last year was a live band. This year was a live band. When we are doing playbacks, the feel is different from. So you need to have a certain level of appreciation of music to be able to grasp anything that comes with live band. So I think the reason why that we are not really feeling and not connecting too much with them is the fact that we are used to them doing the playback, and then the playback they can do whatever that they want to do. I think the only person that can do anything with live band is Samini
and his proteges. And again, I think with the MCs,
the elder of
with the MCs, we'll need someone who is a go-free person, who is not careful, who doesn't care whatever mess he will cause on stage. Someone who will create the fun. To me, someone like DKB.
I agree with that too.
He is not cautious of whatever he says, just that he's planned it. He doesn't.
But for people like you, Fancy Gadam, I mean, this whole thing is about musicians and those who have done the work in the year. Do you care about who MCs a show like that?
Oh, I don't really care, because the only thing I do is music. You understand?
You're looking for the award.
Loyal and honest.
No, Mama V, I think one thing that they are not really also paying attention to is using musicians. When you talk of the Grammys, LL Cool J was the MC for 5 years. American Music Awards, Jennifer Lopez was doing her thing. I think they should really place a lot of confidence in these artists and sign a contract with them for a long haul. It can be 3 years, it can be 4 years, it can be 5 years. And with time, the person will just, you know, move into the direction that they want the person to go. So I think that's something that they should try. And also add a comedy to it. Even though it's not a comedy night, we need that comedy.
We need to laugh.
Let's look at. I've heard some people talk about Tiwa Savage's performance. Maybe it was different from those of us who were watching from home. And I hear that she got a lot of money for that act. Was it worth what we heard?
As in
the performance
paid by Charterhouse for that?
Yeah.
As in the money?
Forget about the price, because we may not know exactly how much. I'm just saying, you know, because
the
that was supposed to be the
disconnect.
International act,
There was a disconnect. That was a more reason why she had to get into the crowd.
Was it off script? Was it part of the plan? It didn't look like it was off
when she
entered.
I won't be able to speak off because I don't know the plan. But you see, for a musician with experience, when you're on stage and it's not cutting out for you, that's the best thing to do. You need to get into the people.
Were you guys tired, as in the audience? Were you tired at some point? Because the performance was a bit late.
Yeah.
I think she was not in her usual element. And the fact being that I've watched her do a lot of performances. When she's in her free zone, as in her sneakers and trainers and all of that, she's all that. This time she came in heels. And the kind of heel that she was wearing,
it was pencil, man.
You know, you understand. So one will be very careful, and I don't know if it was tight, it wasn't tight, you know. So when Tiwa comes and she's in her trainers, in her element, you get all the vibe that you want to get from her. I saw a performance between him and Wizkid, and I think it was one of when she came to do the Ghana Miss Niger. She was barefooted. And that's Tiwa for you. Because
her entrance alone on stage.
Exactly. Tiwa is not your girly girl. She's not a girl. She's a tom girl. So you understand? So you should be able to get her to do what she will be comfortable in, and you get the best out of her.
Fancy, you performed, but who do you think, forget about yourself, who who did it for you in terms of performances?
I'm not going to forget about myself. Why I forgot? Why? I wasn't perform.
But we are analyzing, so remove yourself from the picture.
Oh, okay, okay. With me, like I'll go in for myself. You understand? Okay. Besides
but now that I have eliminated you.
Okay. Besides me, I think I love Stoneboy.
Okay.
Yeah, because the energy was something else. And Kelvin.
Yeah. Kelvin Boy.
Yeah. They did well. Yeah.
But you also you do the live performance. Is that?
Yeah. No. I only came in with the drummers.
Okay.
You understand? Because I needed to,
your
let the
entrance
people know
was
that I'm from the north. You understand? And that's another.
But what's the difficulty doing live throughout?
You see, the live thing, everybody will enjoy it. You understand? Because you never say you're good, it be good. But the thing is, everybody will they like them. Because if they play live, you can't dance. Because you concentrate more on the singing. You understand? So that's the difference. And you see that a lot of people will not enjoy the energy in you. You understand? So that's the difference. But the thing is, I'm not going to forget Sarkodie too, because Sarkodie, the entrance of Sarkodie was superb. Yeah.
But I agree with him. I love the way with the choir and everything. But I thought, I don't know, for some reason I thought it should have, the tempo should have gone up again with the choir. But when he changed over and they went way back and that kind of thing, I'm not sure I don't know.
With his way back, I didn't also enjoy it because it was 3 seconds kind of, music. I thought that he should have chosen 3 solid songs and then come to give us, his best. Because when I'm singing, I'm grooving to you and then you cut it and the next song comes and it's not the one that I like, it becomes, something different. So I agree with you. At some point, with his stage, with the choir, and then the kind of message that he was given in the music, it got all of us to that point. But when he switched, I didn't feel him again.
Another thing we should look at is the timing. Yes, maybe you didn't feel it because it was too short, but they were working with time. And he had been told, I'm sure, like everybody, he might have witnessed that, you stay within your time. That is one thing I've loved the award scheme for this year. They were within their time.
And they will cut
time just runs off so quickly. I'm even surprised. But Fancy, I want to leave the last few seconds that I have for you to give a little performance in saying thank you to your fan base who won you 2 awards this year.
Yeah, so the thing is, if they watch Fancy Gadam Day here, I know you guys can't wait. I'm coming home today, and I know the whole of Tamale Street will be full. Yeah, man, Gadam Nation, Taku Zame, Tabu Juara. Now on the party, Zone 3 o'clock. Fancy Gadam Yang Way on Pana Tamale. So go ahead, monkey in Tamale Airport. Gadam Nation, Taku Zame, Tabu Juara. Yeah!
I want to say happy birthday, Mrs. Christiana Abra. You're an accountant at the Takoradi Ghana Ports and Harbours Authority. It's your birthday today. Christiana Abra, enjoy your birthday. Sally, thank you so much for passing through.
Thank you for having me.
I'm sure you take over the rest of the talking points from the Ghana Music Awards on the red carpet. So there's more to come on all our channels, Joy Prime, Adum TV, and of course Join Me. So thank you guys for being here. Thank you for watching our show. We'll see you tomorrow, God willing.